You're sitting at home browsing the PlayStation Store for sales and upcoming new releases, and then, all of a sudden, what's this? The new Assassin's Creed game is getting a remaster? But didn't it just come out like 3 years ago? Hello everyone, my name's Argonaut, and welcome to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be doing something a bit different and taking a little look at all the remasters that have been coming out lately, and how it's getting a little bit ridiculous. But before all that, if you like this video and want to see more like it, feel free to click that subscribe button to keep up with me. I'd really appreciate it. And now, with that shameless bit of self-promotion out the way, on with the video. Remasters, a way to give a second life to games from the past and stop them from fading into obscurity by bringing the game to a new generation of players. Or by having the people that originally played them when they were first released relive their childhood and their past memories of a happier time. Now, honestly, I don't think remasters are necessarily a bad thing. Games like Chrono Trigger, Devil May Cry, Crash Bandicoot, and Kingdom Hearts can benefit from it. But lately, it feels like companies are remastering things for the sake of remastering them sometimes. It's no big secret that the main part of remastering things nowadays is just so companies can profit off of your nostalgia for them. But lately it's been getting a little bit ridiculous. Take Last of Us for example. The original game came out in June of 2013 for the PlayStation 3, and then got a remastered version roughly 1 year later in July of 2014 for the PlayStation 4. Now, this makes sense, seeing as the PlayStation 4 wasn't backwards compatible, and then in September of 2022, it got another remake for the PS5, with the sequel coming out in 2020, and getting its own remaster in 2024. I mean, this all makes sense with the show coming out, and renewed interest in the franchise. Of course Sony would cash in here. So, from a business move, this makes sense. But you can already start to see what I mean a little bit with this. The PS4 version of Last of Us 2 came out only 2 years prior to the remastered PS5 version. Now, the next example to look at here is Horizon Zero Dawn. The original Horizon Zero Dawn was released in February of 2017 for the PS4, with a sequel coming out in February of 2022 for the PS4 and PS5. Now, in October of 2024, the original Horizon Zero Dawn got a remaster, only 7 years later. And at least it was released for only $50, and it was only $10 if you own the original PS4 version. By the way, this still didn't stop some fans from being upset, since for a lot of other games before, you would sometimes just get the upgraded version of the game for free if you owned the PS4 version. But still, only 7 years later, Horizon got a remaster. The first game could still be downloaded and played at any time if you owned a PS5. Was this really needed? If it had a movie or series or something like The Last of Us coming out at the time, I could understand. But nothing? Like, yes, it was 7 years, but it almost feels like the blink of an eye passed before it came out. And now, for the last example I'm going to use here is Until Dawn. Until Dawn is that interactive horror story that originally came out in August of 2015 for the PlayStation 4. Now, for years, this game had been available, and apparently I paid $10 for it, back in 2016, but in October of 2024, along with a movie that came out for it a few months later, Until Dawn got a remaster for $60 for the PS5. Now, it had been almost 10 years since the original game came out, but here's where the biggest issue comes in. Shortly before the remaster came out, the original Until Dawn got delisted from the PlayStation Store, meaning you magically couldn't get it anymore for systems that could still run the PS4 version. You were just stuck with the $60 remake. Now, supposedly this was just a glitch while they relabeled it to be called Until Dawn 2015. But I want to ask, was this really just a glitch? And the worst part is, there were a whole bunch of issues and bugs reported with the remastered Until Dawn. which was the only version you were able to purchase at that time. And let's be real, did it really need a remake? I mean, Uncharted didn't seem to get a remake once the movie came out, but these are just some of the examples here showing that companies are going a bit too far with the remastering. Do we really need remasters for games that are still available for the current systems? We don't even get a chance to miss these games before they come back. Companies are just taking the whole nostalgia greed a little bit too far. Remasters should be for older games that aren't available on current platforms anymore, like Batman Arkham Origins, Parasite Eve, and for God's sake, can somebody remaster Chrono Trigger? Please. Please. But these were my thoughts about the subject. Do you agree with them? Do you disagree? What games would you like to see remastered or think got an unnecessary remaster? Let me know in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear from you. And with that one, I'll see you next time. Thanks so much for watching.